This is the plaintiff, Lenny Howie. He says his car was towed by the defendant, and when he went to retrieve it from the tow yard, he was horrified. His seats were ripped out, the gear shift was broken, and he's here suing for the $1,563.97 he's owed by this fly-by-night towing company. This is the defendant, Brianna Nardi. She says she got a call from the cops to retrieve this guy's car, and that's just what she did. She has no idea what the cops do to the cars before they arrive. She didn't wreck the plaintiff's unregistered, abandoned car, and she owes nothing. She's accused of ripping things up.
All parties, please raise your right hands. The People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Leon is now presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
All right. Mr. Howie, you are suing the tow company represented here by its manager, Ms. Nardi, for $1,563.97 in damages that you say the tow company did to your car. What happened here?
Well, what it was is that I had went to North Carolina to visit my mother, who at that time had the virus going on. And I visited her. And then while I was down there, my cousin had called me and told me that my car had been towed away. So you left
New York to go to North Carolina to visit your mom, and you left the car where?
I left the car in the resident area where you don't have to move it the next morning and
this is the resident area of where? A building where you live?
Yes, a building where my cousin lived.
Oh, you don't live there. So you left, and you left it there for how long?
It was there for a week.
How long were you in North Carolina?
About it's a short time. I was going to stay down there for about two weeks, and during the process, I had to come back home in a short time because of what happened to the car. Okay,
so you parked your car and you left, and then your cousin calls you and says, "Hey, your car got towed," correct?
Exactly. The lady that was complaining about the car, I had seen her twice. I know exactly who the lady was. It's an older lady. She's about in the 80s or something like that.
Right.
And she was looking out. She was looking out the door every morning. I warm up the car, and I called up one time and told her, "Say everything's fine, miss. Everything's fine. It's my car. It's my car." And I guess she didn't believe me, because when I seen the paper, when I came back and seen the paper, the police papers, it was saying that she had totally kept calling 311 to get the tow the car.
Well, as it turns out, you didn't have authority to park there, and so that's why the police called the tow company and had them tow it. But Ms. Nardi, according to you, the police call you and tell you what?
They'll let us know if it's either abandoned, in their opinion, or recovered stolen. In this case, it was marked abandoned because it was on the city street for more than a week with no license plates and no registration.
Okay, so
there was a license plate.
Well,
there was a
according
license
to the police,
plate
there wasn't.
Matter of fact, if you see the video,
maybe someone stole your license plate while you were gone.
No, nobody stole my license plate, because if you've seen the video, you'll see me taking the license plates out of the window.
That's not where a license plate goes. A license plate goes where the police can read it. So maybe that's what they meant. Either way, listen, you got towed. It was pursuant to you know that the police did call her, right? You're not disputing that.
Do I know the police call her?
Yeah, you know that the police called it in because a neighbor kept calling 311 over and over like you described. So she didn't just come out of the blue and tow your car. She towed your car because that's what the police instructed her to do, right? Your complaint is, according to you, they ripped up your car. Let's talk about that. What do you say they did to your car?
Well, what it was is that if you see the video, that my car was in good type shape. I had video to my good type shape. When I got to the tow company, back of my seats is ripped up. The gear.
Okay, hold on. You said that I'll see video of your car in tip-top shape. I only have one video of your car not in tip-top shape. Do you have a video of your car in tip-top shape?
The pictures.
Okay, pictures, not video. So you go to pick up the car, and what do you see? Describe the damage that you saw.
Okay, when I went to go pick up the car, I asked the guy, I said, "What happened to my car?" He said, "This is how we got it." I said, okay, you're going to tell me that my seat's been torn, my gear's been torn, and then you're going to tell me with no tag. And I showed them the tag in the way. I said, they're going to tag right there, so don't tell me it's not a tag.
Yeah, that's not
So-
a tag. The tag is supposed to be where it belongs. That's
Okay,
a
but
problem.
I'm just
You
saying,
can't do that. Right.
you could see it, though. That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
argue
But
with the police and your legislature. It has nothing to do with her. But now let's talk about the damages to the car. What happened to your gear shift there? Who do you suppose lifted that up to look for what?
Well, that's what I was wanting to find out. I asked him and said, did y'all do this or what? He said,
And what'd
I
they
don't
say?
know. He said, I don't know.
Oh, he doesn't know if he did it? That's interesting. What is
Yeah.
this?
That's what they tore too. They tore that part. I think they were thinking that the car was bended and they could just tear the car up in pieces or whatever.
No, I think
To
somebody
find
was
out
looking
what's
for
in it.
drugs.
I thought somebody. That's what I said on the
Yeah.
video. I said, what? They looking for drugs or something?
Right. But who's they? That's the question. You're suing the tow company. What evidence do you have if you left the car there and they towed it as an abandoned car? Then how do you know somebody from, the neighborhood didn't vandalize your car?
No.
Why is it you're pinning it on them?
Nah, nobody did bend down because what it was is that my cousin, all right, she said that she was going out there to check the car too every day. I mean, the lady probably thinking that it was that we was like. Now hold on, you see the girls? This is when I had the car in the driveway.
Meaning before the tow?
Exactly. Now why would I have the tag up under the chair, all right, and the driveway? Only because it's in the driveway. But I had the tag.
Why do you take it off? Most people don't take the tag off. What are you doing with the car that you need the tag off?
No, I didn't take the tag like off the car.
Why is a
What I
tag
done-
on the floorboard of the driver's seat?
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
What
trying
it
to
is.
hear it.
Okay, so what it is that was the one that's in the driveway. Now, if you go back to
you
it,
know how everyone's always detaching their license plate when they're in a driveway?
Absolutely.
Right. That
All the
never
time.
happens. Why are you doing it?
I just bought the car.
So you put it on when you drive it, and then you take it off when you're in the driveway.
No. Listen, I just bought the car. I had a temporary tag on it first.
But
right?
this isn't a temporary tag. This is a real tag.
I know. I got the real tag. Right? All right. And then when I went to Far Rockaway, I put the tag in the what's the name in the window.
All right. So now when you pick up your car, let's look at all the pictures of the damage to your car, because clearly somebody's looking for something. I've never
just
seen
said
this
that.
before. Like, in other words, I've never seen this kind of damage at a tow company. Or anybody complain, hey, the tow company was searching my car for something. Isn't it more likely somebody else who thought they might find something did that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
The car was in tip-top shape before they even got towed.
How old is the
Tip-top
car?
shape. It's 2008.
13 years old. All right.
something.
Is your cousin here to testify what condition the car was in, like minutes before being towed? No, right? Your cousin's not here.
No, you can call her, though, if you want to.
No, I'm not a caller. You call her. You call her as a witness. I mean, this is where we are. Now, let me ask you something, Ms. Nardi. Did you or anybody at in your employ destroy the plaintiff's car looking for something?
No.
So, do you folks fill out a form when you tow the car?
Yes.
Did you submit into evidence the form that you guys filled out?
Yes, I did.
Does it talk about any damage?
The drivers mark down if there's any damages on the outside of a car or inside.
Okay. Dents, scratches all around, inside damages. Well, it'd be nice if they specified what the inside damages were.
I don't know where they get that from because they didn't have that.
That's the form that is filled out when they pick it up. But Ms. Nardi, the whole point of the form is to be specific. Why is your driver writing inside damages?
No, I do agree.
Yeah,
I
bet he's he or she has heard from you on that.
Yes.
Why is the interior marked fair when it should have been marked poor based on what I'm hearing? Do you guys have the keys to the inside of the car? Do you have the keys to the car?
Only if the officer has it.
And the officer didn't have the keys to the car?
No.
Okay. Mr. Howie, how are you going to prove that this company damaged your car versus that when you had it abandoned, as the police call it, on the street with no tags, that it got, broken into by other people? How do you know? You were out of town. You don't know. You don't have any clue. Why would I hold them responsible? You just told me that what?
Okay, I just told you that my cousin No, check it out. How in the world did I know that the car was towed if it wasn't for my cousin? My cousin came there every day to check on the car.
That doesn't mean your cousin came every day, but more importantly, I have not been able to put your cousin under oath because you don't have your cousin here as a witness. You see? So your cousin isn't testifying at all. You're giving me rank hearsay, which I have no way to find out if that's true or not. And plus, if you were parked in front of my house and you were my cousin, I would not make it my top priority to stare at your car for a week while you're gone, much less 2 weeks while you're gone. So it's just a silly premise to begin with. I find in favor of the defendant. Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. I find in favor of the defendant tow company. You have zero evidence that they did anything to your car.
So the judge finds for the defendant, Ms. Nardi, in this case. Howie, let me ask you, the plaintiff, why did you not drive to the airport and park your car at the airport so it'd be safe?
Because what it is, it's most safer right there with my cousin. I thought it would be anyway. I mean, it would have been if it wasn't for the lady of the resident right there. It was just like, she knew it was my car. I don't know why she kept calling 311. It's like pretty much,
all right.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, you learned a tough lesson. What are you going to do with the car? You going to fix it up? I mean, it's your car. You're going to keep it, right?
I sold it. I sold it to my uncle because the car's been just giving me problems since I had it. It's just like a curse.
Yeah, well, tough lesson for you. Ms. Nardi, do you feel sorry for him? I know you weren't, you're not guilty of anything, but you feel sorry for him?
I do. I do feel bad when people are in situations like this, but I always remind them, if you are going to leave your car on a city street unattended, it could be countless of numbers of things that could happen. And it's never in the vehicle owner's favor.
Yeah, especially in New York. It can happen.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations. Okay, Harvey?
Doug, this is a tough situation because the police generally do write out what kind of damage is in the car. And certainly the tow company could do that ahead of time to prove that they didn't do the damage. And in this case, the tow company won.
What's the best decision you have made in your life?
I have a list of important decisions that I've made in my life. Number one, I picked the right girl to marry. I picked the right woman. And I realized,
okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way.
Yeah, okay, so I know I'm punching way above my weight class here in this relationship, okay, and I appreciate that. But let's turn to some of the other things, okay? For example, friends. I think I was lucky that I picked good friends throughout my life who have, hopefully nudged me the right way and helped me make decisions.
Especially in college.
Along the way. Especially my roommate in college. He was the right guy at the right time to kind of push me back to the middle of the road, kind of help me get out of the ditch. And he had terrific study habits. I did not when I got to college. And then lastly, I would say becoming a federal prosecutor was a great decision. Brought me to Miami. I thought I'd be there only for a couple of years and then go back to Boston, but I married a Cuban woman. So
and Cuban women don't leave Miami.
They don't leave. They just won't leave. So now I'm in Miami and I love it there.